I think purpose found me without me looking for purpose. And now I'm so involved in the development of the town.
This is like the most fun thing about Bianca. She has a business in real estate, investment, and also she's a flight attendant just because she wants to do it.
I had this call in me of like, I need to buy land here. Like, I want to retire here. I think you covered my life pretty much well.
Your name, where are you from, and what you do, and how many Nomad Cruises you've been to?
My name is Bianca. I am from Guatemala, and I am an entrepreneur, and I've been to 3 Nomad Cruises.
And also, you are flight attendant for fun.
For fun, yes. It's a part-time job.
This is like the most fun thing about Bianca. She has a business in real estate, investment, and also she's a flight attendant just because she wants to do it.
Also, I do accounting and taxes for U.S. customers, so yes.
Yeah, so many things. Over the years when we didn't see each other, you somehow managed to execute a huge project and building a coliving from scratch in Guatemala, in the small city that didn't have internet yet like a year ago. How that happened?
I decided one year that I wanted to go and explore Guatemala because I haven't lived there full time since I was 17. I just go visit my family, same town, everything. And somebody asked me in California if there was surf in Guatemala. And I was like, I don't know if there is surf in Guatemala. So I Googled surf in Guatemala. and this hostel showed up in the Pacific coast of Guatemala. I'm like, what is this? And it was like, yes, there's surf, and yes, there's travelers, and I want to go check it out. So I packed my bags with one of my friends and decided to go give her a tour of Guatemala. And then we somehow ended up in a shuttle going to Paredón, which is 2.5 hours away from Antigua. And at that time, it was this like road of like hours and hours and of like no pavement. So it was like really just getting to the town was such a crazy adventure in a sand road. And when we got there right before sunset, and this sunset was like so beautiful, like, you know, Pacific Coast sunset. It was amazing. And then at night the town was fishermen's town, so it was maybe, I don't know how many families live in that town at that time. This hostel was like a fun hostel, you know, it's the only one in town. We get there, run to the beach, see the sunset, and all of a sudden there's a lot of backpackers, and I'm like, okay, this, you know, it is happening here. And then sun goes down, we go to dinner as a group, and the stars come up, and I've never seen the stars so bright. And the next morning at 5 a.m, they told us to wake up to go see the sunrise. And then I realized, okay, I could see the sunrise and the sunset in the same beach. This is magical.
This is very unique, actually.
I've never seen that. And then I had the moment of like, is this my country? To begin with. And I just fell in love. And then, so that happened that one year, enjoyed the entire village. And it felt like I was just taking a break from, you know, the city, internet. It was just a complete break. And just being in touch with nature. And I keep coming back for the next 2-3 years, same deal. I just wanted to disconnect and disappear from the day-to-day life. And one of the trips, the second or third trip, I had this call in me of like, I need to buy land here. Like, I want to retire here. I didn't tell that to my friends because they were going to think I was crazy. And I talked to one of the local guys, and I became, after coming back after 2-3 years, I became friends with one of the local guys there. He was a tour guy, and so I asked him, you know, how much is land here? Like, just to know. And so he gave me, you know, he's like, I'll show you. So he was selling land at that time, and he's like, I'll show you, you know, what you can buy for what money. I was like, okay, which I regret not buying the one he told me to because it was closer to the beach. And then I had this moment of like, I'm going to own a piece of land here. I want to come back. This is a place that I want to come back every time. The next year, he called me. He showed me a piece of land. And the next year, I came back with one of my best friends. And I said, 2 of them. And I said, am I crazy or should I buy land here? Do you guys think this will be a good investment? And they were like, yes, no doubt. But we had a problem that we didn't want to tell a lot of people about the secret place.
This is like hidden gem, basically.
Yeah, it was a hidden gem. So I was like, no, maybe not, but I want to keep coming back. So, and with internet and social media, and then another hostel opened up every year. I saw the development, and I'm like, okay, this is something that's happening here that, you know, I really want to be part of. And then every year I see the locals, and it just became like family. And it's like going back to Lisbon. You know, it's like you feel like it's the home base. They called me one day, and they told me that there was a piece of land for sale, that this local lady needed the money for whatever she needed the money for. And I flew the next day. I went to look at the piece of land. At that moment, I was like, this this is crazy. I'm gonna live in the village or something. And I went to the attorney and we bought the land like that.
So what you just decided to do with this land? What was the process of deciding what you're gonna do and why you stopped at the actually living? Because there's no internet. This is hidden gem.
Yes. There was no internet. I remember buying data cards, and that's how I was able to work. And I remember telling the hostel, like, we need to have Wi-Fi here. And it was so precious to have Wi-Fi back then. And they were like, no, no, nobody was getting Wi-Fi. So I bought a small piece of land, which I thought I was going to just build a little, like, palapa and be like a little beach, little cottage. And at that time, we were talking there was some Airbnbs that people were renting on Airbnb, but there was like two or three. And then I became friends with the owners of the hostel, and I started asking more questions. Okay, tell me more about business, because then mine would just went like, okay, let's start business here. Because every year I keep coming back, it was more people and more action, and I'm like, this is gonna be future here. This is the place. So I hold to the land for about 2 years. I didn't do anything. It was the original plan was to build the little Airbnb. And as the years went by after COVID, I didn't visit during COVID. And then I get a call from one of the locals, the guy that sold me the land, and said, Bianca, when are you coming back? Do you want to sell your land, or what are you going to do with the land? I'm like, why? He's like, you should come. This is growing crazy. And I'm like, what? So I flew back again to see what he was talking about. Turns out that during COVID, all the people from the city were tired of being in the city, in their apartment, and they all decided to go to the coast. So all of a sudden there was this huge demand for accommodations. So then again, I was like, what? This is growing even more? Let me get more land. And then I decided, okay, let's buy more land. If there's demand, then I have, some business here. Another 2 years to wait for the locals to decide to sell me more land. And I couldn't start the project that I had envisioned because I didn't have enough land. It was just timing. It was just timing, and getting trust from the locals, and just waiting for the right moment. When I wasn't really planning, I was just waiting for the town to see how it was going to develop. Is it going to be just Airbnb? Is it going to be keep going back? And now there was like internet. Then I heard that Starlink was coming to Guatemala, and I was like, okay, now we have something's coming up. I bought the third piece of land, and now I had a bigger piece of land to work with. I saw more development and a lot of projects coming up, and I'm like, okay, I want this to be a co-living. People now need to know about my country. People now need to know about Paredón.
So the place has now, overall, it has internet thanks to Starlink, and the place is all more growing, but it's still a hidden gem. Attention! We thought that we found every single hidden gem in the world, but it's not true. There is one more to discover. And now, if before there was no proper accommodation, right now, thanks to Bianca, there is another co-living that helps to accommodate digital nomads and work from there right next to the beach, seeing sunrise and the sunset, and just be amazed by nature. Okay, I'm talking right now. I have never been there, but I really want to be. I wanna come. Can you explain what actually you have built right now? What do you have, and what's your plans for expanding this space?
Villa is going to be a 7-bedroom villa. Some of the rooms are going to be single or for couples, and maybe one or two of the rooms are going to be, I don't want it to pack it too much because I want it to be like, I'm still in the development, so we'll see how it goes, but probably about 10 to 12 people max. And we have Starlink, so it's really fast. At the moment, we have 3 rooms built and a shared kitchen and the pool. It's been a challenge to build in that small town because everything has to come from the city, or like it was an adventure. I'm sure I will share it later. The project is going to be, like I said, a 7-bedroom villa. Right now it's operating as an Airbnb, as a co-living. You can book on Airbnb. Then later will come the website, and where you can rent per day. You can rent per weekly or monthly. You can contact me directly to avoid some of those Airbnb fees.
And you said that it's going to be a good place actually for retreats, right?
From 2019 to 2024, the town has maybe about 100 Airbnbs by now. That's just in a 5-year span. And then there's hotels, like proper hotels now. If a big group will come, they believe the town can accommodate really easy a big larger nomad cruisers or nomads that want to come visit. There's also space for retreats. The locals teach the classes, and I think purpose found me without me looking for purpose. And now I'm so involved in the development of the town. We donate to the school, we donate to classes too, and there's so much more that all the nomads can bring to the town, and that's why I want to invite everybody to come and visit Paredón. Maybe
We are going to Guatemala.
yes, yes, we're all going to Guatemala, and mi casa es su casa. So I can wait to have finished the project. Maybe by half of next year, it will be a more of a proper villa, so we can all start with bringing people. I have actually nomads from Nomad Cruise already visit Paredon. It's just like
What's
wow.
the name of the place? And first of all, name of your co-living and the name of the city there, and is it easy to get there?
The name of the coliving is called Hola El Paredón. Hola will definitely stay. I don't know if I'm going to change the rest of it later. To get to El Paredón, you fly into Guatemala City. You can go directly from the city to El Paredón on a private car. Or usually what they do, the tour is go to Guatemala City, go to Antigua, Guatemala, which is beautiful. Do not miss that one. From there, you explore 2-3 days, and then there's shuttles from Antigua that can take you to El Paredón at 9 in the morning or 3 p.m. Or you can do private cars, you can rent a car. There's so many ways to get there.
Do you understand correctly that you actually still combining building the co-living with a tax accounting business, and also you are still doing flight attendant work?
Yes. I can do all the three jobs simultaneously, which is great. It took a lot of work the past 2 years maybe to actually have three jobs. But as of now, TaxMart operates, I can operate remotely. So I'm just like, I guess, manager of that operation, and I can that one actually I had it for 13 years, so it's pretty much operate on its own right now. Hola, during the construction part, I was there physically for 2 years, maybe 2 years and a half. I was flying to Guatemala every other month and spending a lot of time there. But now it kind of operates on its own as well, because there's a manager and in-house employees that do that. So I just look at, I can manage a remote too. And then the flying, I mean, I can do both jobs remotely, right? So why not?
Being a flight attendant, you cannot really outsource. You have
No,
to do
that
it
one
yourself.
I need to physically be there.
Thank you so much, first of all. Is there anything else you want to add and that I didn't ask you yet?
I think you covered my life pretty much well, but all that to me is the biggest project right now. And also, one thing I want to add is, if you're planning to visit Guatemala, because I know there's a lot of nomads that are coming to Guatemala, but they don't know that there is a community. I actually have a Facebook group, Edition of Nomad Guatemala, so you can find us there. And there's actually WhatsApp groups per city, and Antigua, the lake. El Paredon is still not very active, but if you want to come or are planning to come and visit Guatemala, get in that group, contact me directly, and I can help you get around, obviously. And yeah, so I'm your point of contact if you want to visit Guatemala. If anybody's interested in retreats or doing any type of events in Guatemala, I also have a lot of resources down there that can help you, and you're all welcome.
Thank you. I'm going to Guatemala next year. Come with us.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.